Hello and welcome to Careers in Racing's YouTube channel. My name is Sam Martin. I'm a content creator and member of the Youth Collaboration Group, and I'm going to be your host today. I am delighted to have joining with me Sean from Careers in Racing and then Natalie and Louis from Park Lane Stables. So in honour of Careers Week, we're going to be telling you a bit about racing in general, the opportunities in the sport. And I think if we start off, we'll go to Sean first. Can you tell us a little bit more about Careers in Racing, please?
Yes, hello everyone. So Careers in Racing, we are the recruitment brand and the recruitment arm for the British Horse Racing Authority. So our job and my job and our team is to showcase the sport to individuals, promoting the jobs in the industry, where they need to go, where they need to train. So this would be from apprenticeship routes, options after school, college, university, jobs at the race course as well. So with it being National Career Week, we are profiling the sport, profiling for where a person needs to go if they need a bit of help, be it work experience, job changes, career changes. So today's a little chat just to showcase the small part of our sport where Louis got involved in and what it sort of leads to, and how Careers in Racing as a brand can help you achieve those dreams or achieve those goals to be working in the sporting industry.
Fabulous. And now we'll go to you, Natalie. And could you tell us a little bit about Park Lane Stables, is obviously where Louis rides. What's the story with this?
Yeah, so hi everyone, I'm Natalie and I run Park Lane Stables. We're basically an urban riding centre. So we're right in London, we're on a bus route. Everybody comes to us on public transport. So we're basically horses where you wouldn't expect to find horses. And for most of the young people that come here, we're their first point of contact with a horse. So just to speak about Louis as an example, he came as quite a young lad to us and he'd never ridden before. We taught him to ride from scratch, and then when he got to a competent level, he went into the Pony Racing Authority scheme, and that's where he piqued his curiosity about a career in racing, and that's now where his heart and his passion lies. And we've done that with many, many children that would not have otherwise got the chance to be involved with horses. So we're the first rung on the ladder, really.
Brilliant. And Louis, what's it been like for you having that kind of access to horses in an urban area, I suppose?
Well, it's changed my life because when I first started, I struggled to go into school because of anxiety. But now that I'm here, well, I could do anything to going to Ascot and doing a talk like I did quite a while back now. And, well, I'm now an apprentice for Park Lane Stables. So I talk to customers, I answer the phone, I take out clients. So it's just really boosted my confidence.
That's brilliant. Well done. And so I heard you were part of the Riding a Dream Academy. How did that come to be? What did you have to do to be involved in this?
Well, so Nat actually let me know about the Riding a Dream Academy to start with. And then as soon as I heard about it, I thought I might as well give it a try and apply. And when I applied, I got told there was 600 people that had applied.
Wow.
So I was very lucky to get in. And it's changed my racing in terms of my position, all of that kind of stuff. Like Nat taught me quite a bit about it, but it just brought me up to a better standard and where I felt more confident that I can now teach pony racing.
Oh, wow.
So I now coach as well as Nat.
He knows more than me now. So, but that's how you know you're a good coach, isn't it? If your student becomes better than you. So he's
Definitely.
now more than me. So we have 5 PRA candidates at the moment, and we're coaching them together, which is lovely. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and through Careers in Racing, I've been lucky enough to go to a couple of different pony racing meetings, and I think it's such a lovely community, isn't it, with the young people who are involved in this? Is that what you found as well?
Yeah, I found that it's just an amazing atmosphere. Everyone looks out for each other. I mean, we've made mistakes on race days and forgotten equipment, and you just have to go to the person next to you and go, look, do you have a spare one of these? And if they don't, they'll find someone that does, and everyone helps each other.
So have you ridden in races?
I've ridden in 2 races. I've raced at Lingfield and at Warwick.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And both of them were just amazing.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Fabulous.
And he's racing at Ascot on the 3rd of April as well. So
oh,
yeah,
wow.
we're getting ready for that. We're getting ready for that just now, aren't we?
Yeah.
So
So what does your training look like? Do you have to exercise yourself as well as the horse and get prepared like that?
Yeah, so our training is we do 5K in 30 minutes, which when I started off, I thought was an impossible task. But with Nat's help, I can now do it in 25 minutes.
Wow, that's
And
incredible.
then we do a lot of work with the horses to make sure they're race fit. And we're just constantly getting our fitness higher and higher because you can never be overfit.
And they use the exercise. So we were given an exerciser by the PRA. So Louis uses it a lot, don't you? And
Yeah.
coaches the other young people on the exerciser as well.
Wow.
Good stuff. Yeah, the horse exerciser is very popular when we take it out on a race course or event days or schools and colleges where students like Lou themselves, they can test their fitness, test their skills, you know, on it. You know, a lot of people, they see it, they think it's easy, but once they get on it, once they're in the stance, once they start moving it, they realize, oh, it's a lot harder than I thought. So yeah, it's a very key tool in our sport.
Yeah, and you have little competitions on it, don't you? So the others will come, like they're at school, so they'll come after school and then they'll do like a little challenge, like who can stay on it for the longest and who's got the best position and so on.
Yeah.
So it's a good motivator for them as well.
That sounds brilliant. It sounds like you're a really key member of the team then, Louis, helping other people as well.
Oh yeah, it's just I love being able to help them get through their race, and it's great to be able to see them start off not knowing much about racing, if anything at all, and by the end of it being able to ride around a course such as Ascot and have a great opportunity to run a race.
I think also though, because we have a lot of little ones that started like Louis did when they're like 7, 8, and they might have, you know, they might be having problems at school or even have dropped out of school, and we have a lot of young people here with additional needs, and they can see that Louis's been successful on this path. So, you know, he's a great inspiration to them,
Yeah.
and they can aspire to be like him because they can relate to him and they can see themselves being him. So it's just brilliant that he's here with us. We're devastated that he's going to go into the racing industry and leave us. But, you know, we'll hold on to him while we can.
Oh, amazing. And you sound so proud of him.
Yeah, really proud. And you know, he's come so far. And I taught him to ride from scratch. And it's, as anybody that rides knows, I always say it's like snakes and ladders. You go up the ladder and down the snake. You know, you don't just get better and better. And Louis had his fair share of tumbles and knocks. And it's about that resilience, isn't it? And keeping going. And I just really admire his drive that he knows that he wants to go into the racing industry. But we knew that coming from school and going straight into the racing industry, that might not have been quite right for Louis. So he's come to us for a year as an apprentice so he can get the rhythm of work and the difference of what that feels like before going on to a racing yard. So yeah, that's the path he's chosen, and we've had a lot of support from people further up the chain in racing. So yeah, we're really, really proud of him. We're sure he's going to go all the way.
That's brilliant. And I think one thing in racing, there is a lot of the non-racing yards and racing yards do kind of work quite well together. I know I've worked with people at yards who've taken a year to get used to the kind of racing environment, the just horse work environment, because it's quite strange. It's not really like anything else, is it? And then they use that as a stepping stone to go into a racing yard. And I think that's really good, the way it's transferable skills, isn't it? So you've got those crucial skills for looking after horses in any sphere, whether that be racing, show jumping, riding school like you guys. And Natalie, what benefits do you see for young people who've been spending time with horses?
Well, just enormous benefits. I mean, we work with a lot of young people that have got additional needs or challenges, and it's really creating that routine for them, and they're giving them challenges that they can succeed at to boost their confidence, and then to see them changing from sort of quite introvert, shy, like when Louis came, he won't mind me telling you, he was quite shy, weren't you?
Yeah.
lacking confidence, and just seeing them grow as people and the way that the horses give them that, and they're taking pride in their work and then building relationships with the horses, and the horses like we've got one young lad that's been coming, and one of the horses recognized him the other day, and it meant the world to him, because he felt like someone had seen him, and he was like, that horse knows me, and it's like, yeah, because you've been caring for him and he's relying on you. So yeah, I always say it's the horses that create the confidence and bring on the young people. But yeah, it's immeasurable, really, the benefits. It's enormous, and Louis is a shining example of that.
That's really wonderful. I mean, do you feel that racing has been quite accessible for your young people?
Yeah, I do. And like Louis has Asperger's, and we've got a young lad who was with us. He was actually kicked out of school, and he had ADHD, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he was with us for a bit, and he's gone into the racing industry. And I would say that out of all the equestrian disciplines, racing is the most accessible. And I have been talking to British Equestrian and saying that really British dressage, show jumping, polo, they need to follow the model of racing, because racing have made themselves accessible and said, oh, hey, you've got autism, you've got ADHD, we've got a place for you. You don't all have to be the jockey or the office manager. We've got a role that you can fulfill. And for us, working with people that are not always massively employable, racing has really opened itself up to them. And I'd love to see the rest of the equine industry follow that example, really.
That's really good to hear that racing's a kind of forerunner in that sense. And I imagine, Sean, that's something you've seen quite a bit.
Yeah, definitely. It's quite key to us how you sort of mentioned that there's a role, or there's an area, or there's a job for him or her, whatever their background or whatever it may be, or any difficulties that they may have leaving school or college. There is, in horse racing, it's a big network. I feel it's like a network and a community, and it's welcoming. And there is always somewhere at the yard where you may not necessarily want to ride, but you can do this job and that job, being around the horses, all the time, not necessarily ride them. And so I definitely agree with that sentiment. How horse racing does do that extremely well, welcoming all aspects across the country. And what you're doing, and how Louis is bringing his self-confidence up, bringing his networking skills up. Louis came to me at Ascot when we were doing a networking event with 150 people there. Louis came up to me in the morning, very confidently introduced himself, says what he done. He handed me his card, and he said, "What do I do?" And I was quite taken aback, because this young man coming up to me, sort of doing what I sort of do in my daily work, sort of coming to me in an early morning in a room packed of people in the horse racing industry, big wigs from across the board, and having that confidence has come from hearing his story all the time at the stables with you, building that up, that networking, going on the Riding a Dream, and now coming back and helping yourself, helping the younger riders. So yeah, it's definitely a sport that can help your lifestyle and life skills in many, many ways.
That's so impressive. Very well done, Louis. So what are your big main goals in racing?
My main goal in racing is to become a jockey.
Okay.
But obviously, with the shortage of staff, I just want to be in the racing community somewhere. I don't mind if that's just sourcing the horse out in the morning, or just riding him up the gallop to get him fit. I just want to be somewhere in that chain.
That's brilliant. And you've obviously got an incredible work ethic from the sounds of it. So do you have any particular members of the industry that really inspire you?
Holly Doyle is my biggest inspiration, because she worked up from no one knew her name to suddenly being one of the best jockeys out there. And she didn't give up when no one knew her name. She pushed herself until she was known and she got recognised.
That's brilliant. And so would you prefer to go more flat or more jumps?
I prefer to go flat, but if I couldn't keep the weight down, then I'd definitely go jumps.
Brilliant.
When we have a jumping lesson, though, because he has to do a bit of everything, he goes round the show jumps like he's going round the Grand National, and I'm like, slow down.
Oh, you keep Nat on her toes then, do you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. And I think we'll end with Louis, do you have any advice for a young person who maybe like to kind of be in the same position as you at some point?
Well, I'd say just get out there and research place that you can go, place that do pony racing, and then just apply for things. Even if you get told there's however many people going for it, you never know your chance. Like with Riding a Dream, I got told I was 1 in 600, but I still got in, and I'm so thankful that I did. It's just you never know your luck until you try it out.
That's brilliant, and I think that's a really good piece of advice. It will definitely benefit a lot of people. Thank you very, very much for joining me, Nat and Louis. It's been incredible to talk to you, and I am absolutely 100% sure, Louis, you have a massive future in this sport. It's really refreshing to see someone who's got such an incredible work ethic, and I can't wait to be following your career in the future. I know you're going to do absolutely amazingly, and I suppose well done's not really good enough to say that with all your work at Park Lane Stables. It really is amazing.
No, thank you. I'm just proud to be part of their journey, and like he's going to go and leave us, and we're closed for a week for Easter, and he's going to go to
Richard
Phillips for a week while we're shut. So I'm having a rest, and he's going to Richard Phillips. But like when they go and they move on, you feel really proud, So I'm just always grateful to be part of the journey, and I know that I'm the first rung, and I push them up to the next level. So yeah, and just hope that we can do that for more young people, really, and they can come and have a look, like Louis said, and get involved at their local riding centre, because who knows where it might lead.
Yeah. That's brilliant. Yeah. And thank you very much, Sean, as well, for joining us. It's good to hear about careers in racing. And obviously, anybody who is now interested in a career in racing, as you should be, after hearing from us guys, make sure you head on to the Careers in Racing website, on their socials. Sean's always monitoring the DMs there. So if you don't want to email, get involved with the social media side. Contact me.
Yes,
I'm always on social media. Someone will be definitely out there to help you in the racing industry, and I think that's what we've all proved here.
Yeah, very much agreed. Very much, yeah. Careers and Racing website is there to help everyone. We've got the live job board as well. So if anyone who's in the position looking for work, the job board is updated every single day with positions up and down the country. We assist with work experience. We work with the Pony Racing Association as well, to which Louis sort of mentioned. We have training providers up and down the country in Scotland, the NHC, which is in Doncaster, the National Horse Racing College, and we've got the British Racing School in Newmarket. So all of them offer open days as well, where you can visit on weekends, Easter or summer holidays, to have a look at the facilities. The Careers and Racing team, throughout the year, we run Explore Racing Days, which are free to attend, where you will learn and see how a race day is put together, and all the jobs that are on a race course and how it all interworks and intermingles. These you can all find on the Careers and Racing website as well. So like Sam mentioned, find us on the website, find us on our socials, and get in contact with us with any help to be working in the industry.